Step into Kentucky's past through rare photographs from the 1800s and early 1900s. You'll see the grandeur of Lexington's Opera House, the devastation of Louisville's tornado, the first homes in Genoa, and lively streetcars in Louisville. These forgotten images will transport you to a Kentucky few have ever witnessed. Mule-drawn streetcar, Louisville, 1900. On Portland Avenue, a mule-drawn streetcar pauses with passengers and conductor ready for travel. Before electricity transformed transit, these simple carriages connected neighborhoods and commerce. The mule's steady pace symbolized both progress and limitation, capturing a moment when Louisville balanced tradition with the coming age of mechanized transportation. Kindergarten class, Proctor, 1900. This photograph shows a kindergarten class at the Episcopal Mission School in Proctor, Lee County, around 1900. Children sit on the wooden floor in a circle of play, while their teacher stands proudly near a piano. The scene reflects early educational efforts, bringing structure, music, and community to rural Kentucky at the turn of the century. Capitol Hotel in Frankfort, 1900. This photograph shows the front of the Capitol Hotel in Frankfort around 1900. With its imposing stone facade, classical columns, and distinctive round cupola, the hotel reflected grandeur and prestige. Located near Kentucky's state capitol, it was a hub for legislators, travelers, and dignitaries during the height of its prominence. Hotel in the mountains of Wolfe County, 1900. This photograph shows a hotel nestled in the mountains of Wolfe County around 1900. A family group stands on the wide front porch while railroad tracks curve alongside the fenced yard. Towering cliffs rise dramatically in the background, capturing the rugged beauty and isolation of Kentucky's Appalachian landscape at the turn of the century. Streetcar on 6th Avenue, Dayton, 1900. The trolley glides along curved tracks, while a mural advertising Kroger's Pure Food products decorates a nearby building. Signs hint at the city's bustling commerce as electric streetcars transformed urban life, offering mobility, convenience, and a symbol of modern progress. 6th Avenue Public School, Dayton, 1900. The brick building features a small bell tower above its roofline, symbolizing education's importance to the community. Trees partially shade the front, while the sturdy structure reflects the town's investment in learning and the future of its children. Park Hotel in Torrent, Wolfe County, 1900. The two-story frame building, with wide porches lined with guests, stood alongside railroad tracks that brought travelers to the region. Nestled near the mountains, it offered comfort and hospitality, becoming a popular stop for visitors exploring eastern Kentucky. Downtown Williamstown, 1899. This rare image captures downtown Williamstown around 1899 in Grant County. Horse-drawn carriages line the busy street, wooden storefronts display their goods, and residents gather in conversation. Telephone poles hint at modern changes, while the crowd reflects a community rooted in tradition yet stepping into a new century's promise. Berea College, 1899. This historic photograph shows students of Berea College gathered in front of a campus building in 1899. The diverse group includes both African American and white students, reflecting the school's groundbreaking commitment to interracial education. This image was later displayed at the Paris Exposition, showcasing Berea's bold vision of equality in learning. Lexington Opera House, 1898. This elegant view reveals the interior of the Lexington Opera House in 1898. Lavish details cover the stage, balconies, and ceiling, showcasing ornate Victorian artistry. For audiences of the era, attending a performance here was both cultural enrichment and social prestige, making it one of Kentucky's grandest entertainment landmarks. State Normal School, Frankfort, 1898. This photograph shows the State Normal School in Frankfort, the institution that would later become Kentucky State University. Surrounded by trees and open land, the stately building stands as a beacon of progress and opportunity. It symbolizes the enduring pursuit of education and advancement. Repair Shop in Earlington, 1898. This photograph shows a small repair shop in Earlington, Kentucky in 1898. Two men sit outside beneath a sign reading "Repair Shop," while bridles hang from the storefront. The modest building reflects the essential role of local craftsmen who kept equipment, tools, and transportation in working order for their growing community. Scottsville, Kentucky, 1897. This bustling scene, known as Tobacco Run, shows farmers bringing wagon loads of tobacco into Scottsville around 1897. Bundles line the crowded street as buyers and sellers gather in anticipation. The courthouse rises faintly in the background, symbolizing commerce and community. Tobacco was a lifeline crop, sustaining families and fueling Kentucky's economy. Old Louisville, 1897. At the corner of 3rd and Park Avenue, elegant townhouses line the shaded street, representing the grandeur of Old Louisville. Built in the 1870s as a suburb, its Victorian architecture and tree-lined avenues reflected prosperity. By the late 19th century, it stood as one of America's largest preserved Victorian neighborhoods. Kentucky Derby Day, 1895. This photograph captures the grandstand at Churchill Downs on Kentucky Derby Day in 1895, when Halma claimed victory. The Derby, first run in 1875, quickly became America's oldest continuously held major sporting event. Crowds in elegant attire fill the stands, celebrating a tradition that would rise to global prestige in horse racing. Chenoa, Kentucky, 1894. This image shows the first house built in Chenoa, Kentucky in 1892, photographed around 1894. The modest log cabin, with a picket fence enclosing the yard, stands beneath leafy trees. 4 young men and a boy pose proudly in front, representing the spirit of new beginnings in this emerging community. Pineville, Kentucky. This photograph shows Pineville in Bell County during 1894, nestled among the Appalachian foothills. The town spreads across the valley floor with clustered buildings, while the Cumberland Mountains rise in the background. The scene highlights Kentucky's small but growing mountain communities, where industry, trade, and natural beauty shaped daily life and identity. Woodford County, 1892. This photograph shows the Kentucky Female Orphan School, a private institution dedicated to the education of orphaned girls. Captured in front of the stately brick building, rows of students in uniform stand together with a sense of order and dignity. Kentucky University Football Team. This historic portrait from 1892 features the Kentucky University football team, preserved in Transylvania University's archives. The players wear bold striped pants and jerseys marked KU, proudly posing with a leather football. Their determined expressions reflect the rugged beginnings of a sport that would soon captivate the nation. Mammoth Cave, Kentucky, 1891. This remarkable photograph captures visitors touring Echo River inside Mammoth Cave in 1891. Seated in a wooden boat, they glide through the vast underground passage guided only by lantern light. The cave's immense limestone formations and silent waters created a sense of wonder, making it one of Kentucky's natural treasures. Anderson County, 1890. This view shows the Cedar Brook Distillery, one of more than 50 distilleries once operating in Anderson County. Around 1890, smoke and steam rise from the sprawling complex, symbolizing Kentucky's booming bourbon industry. These distilleries not only shaped the state's economy, but also built its enduring reputation worldwide for fine whiskey. Gratz Park, Lexington, 1890. This striking winter scene shows Gratz Park in downtown Lexington around 1890. Snow blankets the ground and trees, while an ornate wrought iron gate and gas street lamps stand prominently. In the distance, a church steeple rises through the mist, adding timeless elegance to one of the city's most beloved historic landmarks. Deadliest tornado, Louisville. On March 27, 1890, one of the deadliest tornadoes in U.S. history struck Louisville, leaving devastation across the city. Classified today as an F4, the storm tore through the central business district, toppling buildings, crushing streetcars, and scattering debris across entire blocks. Nearly 100 people were killed, with hundreds more injured. Photographs show shattered churches, twisted iron, and ruined factories, capturing the sheer scale of destruction. The waterworks tower, homes, and businesses lay in ruins. This catastrophe remains a defining moment in Louisville's history, a reminder of nature's raw power and the fragility of urban life in the 19th century. Police Force, Lexington. This photograph presents the Lexington police force in the 1890s, lined up proudly before a brick building. Each officer wears a formal uniform and cap, their badges gleaming. The image reflects the era's growing emphasis on law, order, and civic authority as Kentucky's cities expanded into the modern age. Louisville Wharf, 1890s. The bustling Louisville Wharf between First Street and Central Station was alive with workers, wagons, and river trade. Elevated tracks carried the Daisy commuter trains, linking Louisville to New Albany. This vital hub blended rail and river commerce, symbolizing Kentucky's role as a transportation crossroads in the late 19th century. Frankfort, Kentucky, 1886. Captured here is the Grand Centennial Parade on Main Street in Frankfort, 1886. A team of 8 horses pulls a decorated wagon past Whitehall, while crowds line the street in celebration. Flags wave proudly, and in the background stands the Capitol Hotel, anchoring this moment of civic pride and festivity. Laurel County, Kentucky, 1885. A family standing proudly before their log farmhouse in Laurel County. The simple structure, built from hand-hewn timber, reflects the perseverance of rural settlers. Surrounded by bare trees, children and parents pose together, capturing a moment of frontier life defined by hard work, resilience, and community roots. Paducah, Kentucky, 1884. This photograph captures the devastating flood that struck Paducah in 1884, submerging streets near 4th Street and City Hall. Wooden walkways and boats became essential as water engulfed the downtown area. The flood left businesses stranded and families displaced, highlighting both the vulnerability of riverfront communities and the resilience required to rebuild. Lexington, Kentucky, 1883. This historic image shows one of the first electric trolleys in Lexington in 1883. Crowds gather along a busy street as the streetcar passes, marking a leap into modern transportation. The moment reflects Kentucky's transition from horse-drawn travel to electric power, connecting communities and reshaping daily life in the city. Danville, Kentucky, 1875. This photograph, likely the oldest of downtown Danville, shows a quiet street lined with early wooden and brick buildings. A tall church steeple dominates the scene, while a lone horse stands patiently near the road. The broad, unpaved street reflects a rural charm as Kentucky moved toward modern times. Covington, Kentucky, 1870. The Roebling Suspension Bridge spanning the Ohio River between Covington, Kentucky and Cincinnati, Ohio around 1870. Designed by John A. Roebling, it was the longest suspension bridge in the world when completed in 1866. The bridge became an engineering marvel and a proud gateway linking Kentucky with the North. St. Martin of Tours Catholic Church, Louisville, 1870. St. Martin of Tours Catholic Church, completed in 1854, rises proudly above South Shelby Street. This Gothic Revival landmark served Louisville's German Catholic community, its tall spire visible for miles. Surrounded by wooden homes and dirt streets, the church symbolized faith, resilience, and the city's transformation during the post-Civil War era. Millersburg, Kentucky, 1858. This building, completed in 1858, originally housed Kentucky Wesleyan College in Millersburg. Later, it became the Millersburg Training School and eventually the Millersburg Military Institute, active under Colonel C.M. Best from 1893 to 1920. The structure later served as Bourbon County High School until 1948, before its demolition in 1953. The Henry Clay Estate, Lexington, 1857. This rare image shows Ashland, the Henry Clay Estate, in 1857. The stately home, surrounded by lush grounds, was a symbol of the statesman's legacy and Kentucky's prominence. A horse and figures appear in the yard, adding life to the historic scene that preserved the grandeur of one of America's great estates. Lexington Light Infantry, 1850s. This extraordinary photograph captures the Lexington Light Infantry on parade in Cheapside during the mid-1850s. Soldiers stand in formation with tall shakos, while townspeople and horse-drawn carriages gather around. The grand buildings in the background frame a civic moment of pride, reflecting the community's sense of order, discipline, and spectacle. These images reveal Kentucky as it was, resilient, vibrant, and deeply human. From bustling tobacco markets to quiet mountain hotels, each photo tells a story worth remembering. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep uncovering history together, one forgotten photograph at a time.